Hello. All right. How's everyone today? Happy Tuesday. Trying to get our situation right. Got a weird one today, and I'm not going to even lie to you about it. Like today, I've decided I had a lot of stories in my mind. But I was like, yeah, I kind of want to do this thing because it was a big deal, and I read it. And when you spend time on something, you're more inclined to be like, we're doing that. So whether you like it or not, don't matter. Robert in the house, Droopy Dog, Andrew, what up? It's a Coke Zero. Manny here. Tito here. Tracy. So what's the hat's just weird right now because my headphones aren't fitting, but I didn't know. I was gonna wear my Roller Town hat, but Roller Town might not want to be affiliated with what I'm about to do. Daniel. Cheers. Cuckoo. All right. Good crowd so far. We'll do the normal stuff. We'll do the normal stuff in a little bit, the usual. Bundle. All that stuff. See if we do good. You can find a great song after yesterday's DJ Trucknuts banger Crawfish. How good was that? Microphone feedback. Let's move it. There we go. Happy Nooner there. All right. Today, I don't know if y'all heard. We talked about the story a little bit yesterday. And it was the story of RFK Jr. and the bear that he dumped in Central Park. So he put that video out to get ahead of it. He knew that story was going to come out in the New Yorker where they talk about it. Kind of genius, honestly. I kind of wish more people would do that. Just be honest. Like, here's what's happening. Here's what's going to come out. Get ready. It ain't going to be a good look. But that New Yorker cover story, and I only know this because they only give you one free read a month. I pulled up the New Yorker and I started reading. And it took forever. It was so long. It was such a long read. But it's highly interesting. So today, on this episode, we discuss what's this guy's deal? What's going on with this man? Why is he so weird? And this article was illuminating in that regard. Now, if you are a person who likes this guy, believes in him, going to vote for him, all that stuff, this ain't about that. I don't care. Okay? I really don't. So we're not going politics here. We're just going with interesting water cooler talk that you can take to work and then spread on everyone like a disease. He won't want you to get vaccinated for it. This article is wild. So he's against the American war machine. He opposes military aid to Ukraine, but he supports Israel's war in Gaza. Hypocritical. He's pro-choice, but he also wants to seal the southern border. Most people kind of believe the same thing on that. On the campaign trail, he's embraced his status as an oddball. Nationally, his polling numbers are around 5%. 5% of the vote. And he has shown strength in young and Latino voters. In the battleground states of Arizona, Nevada, Georgia, and Wisconsin, which Biden barely won in 2020, it was a little bit, he's been carrying this distinct possibility of swinging the race. One guy who runs a polling company said he can have an impact in any of these states because you're looking at 10,000 to 20,000 different votes. So he can swing it. Kennedy's family members have all opposed his campaign. Last fall, 4 of his siblings released a statement calling his run terrible for our country. Some have said that this is just misusing the family name, basically saying he's very much running on perpetuating an unfinished presidential campaign in 1968. Oh boy, which we'll get more on that in a minute. Yes, this is the bear guy, Jeremy. Yes. Now, last time we did something like this, we issued some characters. So, if you consent to being a character in this story, put it in the comments. Let me know, because we're going to start assigning some bodies. There's a lot of names here. I think it makes it easier to keep up with. So if you consent, just let me know in the comments. On the campaign trail, he favors skinny ties, often with critters on them. Yes. Okay. And all of that. Hey, I don't hate everything about this guy. There's things in there I'm like, I'm in on that. And critters on ties, you know me. He has suffered from spasmodic dysphonia. That's a neurological vocal cord condition. It gives him a raspy voice that he has even said it's tough to listen to. It's so bad that in 2022, he went to Japan to get a titanium bridge inserted in his throat. It's seen as a niche treatment, but it's supposed to help your vocal strain. Maybe the Aerosmith guy should try that. If y'all haven't heard it, played a little bit of it yesterday, I know. This is what he sounds like. Ready?
A young bear. So I pulled over and I picked up the bear and put him in the back of my van because I was going to skin the bear. And it was very good condition. And I was going to put the meat in my refrigerator. And you can do that in New York State. You can get a bear tag for a roadkill bear.
So y'all get the voice right there. Y'all can hear that. So there's a lot happening with this guy. So the guy who wrote this article 2 weeks later met with a guy named Charles Eisenstein. Charles Eisenstein will be played today by Droopy Dog. Hello, Droopy. You are Charles Eisenstein. I'm going to need a pen, aren't I? It's okay. Droopy Dog is Eisenstein. Not Einstein, Eisenstein. Charles Eisenstein calls himself the campaign philosopher. 2021, he also became critical of COVID safety measures. He wrote a Substack post called Mob Morality and the Unvaxxed. He compared unvaccinated people to Jewish people in Europe. He says that's what got me canceled. He says the terms misinformation and disinformation have been adopted by I think I went for a minute. Yeah, something happened there. All right, we good? We're good now. Y'all good? I think I just hit a button. Should be good now. Tell me we're good. Okay, we're good. Nick Branagh will be played by Nick Johnson. See, that's easy. Well, I can tie the dots. It's always easier. Nick Johnson. It's Nick Brana. Again, LA, I'm should be straight here. I don't care about any of that stuff. Like, we're not gonna get into that. We're getting into the weird stuff. Nick Johnson's playing Nick Brana. He appointed Nick Brana, a former national and political outreach coordinator for Bernie Sanders, and a guy who created a group called the People's Party to run his ballot operation to help get on the ticket in some of these states. But 2 years earlier, Nick Brana had allegedly tried to force himself onto a female colleague, an accusation that was corroborated by a woman who walked in on it. Oh my. Oh boy. That's just the first of many. The campaign spent millions of dollars then working with a consultant named Trent Poole. I feel like Rodeo's a Trent Poole guy. Rodeo will be Trent Poole. So Trent Poole was then arrested in New York for choking and punching a woman. So far, Kennedy's got his name on it on the ballot in about a dozen states. That's interesting. Now, Eisenstein, aka Droopy Dog, he nearly quit because he did not like Kennedy's support for Israel during the war. He nearly quit, but they hung on apparently, and they got through that. In 2023, at the Iowa State Fair, I think the same state fair that the corn kid was at, Kennedy told reporters that he was in favor of banning abortion after the first 3 months of pregnancy, a statement that the campaign quickly walked back. But in 2024, he told Sage Still, the former SportsCenter chick, in a podcast that he did not believe in any government interference in a woman's choice. So these people on his team are going, dude, what is your stance? You lie a lot. You say a bunch of stuff that's not all in the straight line. One person, her name was Angela King. She was his advisor on black voter engagement and a former Trump supporter. She resigned from the campaign because of his flippy floppy. Even his running mate appeared confused. I remember Nicole Shanahan. We did a whole story on her and how she got her money. She said, my understanding is that he absolutely believes in limits on abortion, and we've talked about this. So it's like there's just a bunch of people in his hey, LA, no takes. Now you can have takes. That's dumb. I'm not going to censor that. You can have takes, but I'm not going there today. His stance changes on things. That's the point. Is his stance changes on everything. I'm actually glad that we have a hardcore Kennedy fan in here. That's pretty dope for this, because this is going to be a lot to defend. We had Nick Johnson and Rodeo, Droopy Dog in here already on the case. On the campaign trail, Kennedy tells crowds that he wants to redefine which issues should actually matter to them. Abortion, guns, border security, and transgender rights are distractions, he says. He calls chronic disease an existential threat facing the U.S. Man, I agree with that. I told you, there are things that I do agree with him. Because it's very interesting. Existential chronic disease, cancer is a chronic disease, right? I assume, like, by definition. Yeah, like we should try to figure that out. And I think we are trying, but I would say cancer is a bigger. See, y'all have heard me say this. The debates happen. Number one is economy every time. And I'm like, I go to planet. Guess who goes to the planet a lot? RFK Jr. He does. We agree on some things. I kind of agree with that. Why is it cancer? That should be talked about. Why can't we stop this motherfucker? Dun, dun, dun. That's a fair question by a fair lady. RFK nurtured his son's love of nature. RFK, not RFK Jr., okay? He outfitted the house with a walk-in terrarium for RFK Jr.'s collection of lizards. God dang mute button. I'm going to have to move that mouse. Jeez. When Kennedy Jr. was 11, he injured his foot jumping off a roof. During that recovery, his father bought him a red-tailed hawk that does exist, igniting a lifelong passion for falconry. The Falconer. So good. It's one of my buddy Danny. You guys know Danny. One of his favorite SNL sketches is The Falconer. Let me show an image of it. You guys know The Falconer. It's really stupid. Here's a picture. Yeah. There's the Falconer. so dumb. On Saturday Night Live, it's with the Falcon. He gets caught in a bad situation, and then the Falcon ends up getting distracted and goes to the casinos and strip clubs. So dumb. Yeah, Will Forte and Crayable. On June 5th, 1968, his father won the Democratic presidential primary in California. He just delivered his victory speech in the ballroom of a hotel in LA when he was shot by Sirhan Sirhan. There's a photograph from that night. See, this is the one that always gets overlooked because of what happened to JFK. But there's a big story that was on this not long ago. It's very strange. Okay, I never dove into this one too much because we've all been doing the JFK thing. Breaking news. I don't have breaking news sound here. Nope. The mom, Ethel, is crouching over Robert Kennedy. His younger brother, David, who was 13, had traveled, stayed up late. He's in the hotel room watching his father's speech. He sees it happen live on TV. I mean, there is effing trauma involved in this dude as well. A lot of tragedy. So because of all the chaos, it was several hours before anyone thought to check him. By the way, he was one of 11 kids. He was discovered with the television still on, unable to speak. Oh my God. Kennedy and his older siblings flew to California to say goodbye to their father, who was in the hospital on life support. Kennedy Jr., RFK Jr., 14 years old, went into his father's study. He looked at the pictures on the wall. His uncle Joe, a fighter pilot, shot down in the Second World War. His aunt Kick, killed in a plane crash at the age of 28. His uncle Jack, assassinated 5 years earlier. That's JFK, clearly. He said, I remember sitting there thinking they all looked so young and they were all dead. Boy, he's an outlier in that family. He made it to late. RFK Jr. said that he subscribes to the theory that Sirhan was not the only participant in the assassination. RFK suffered a fatal wound behind his ear, but Sirhan, who was convicted of the killing, was standing in front of him. Investigators say that RFK, the dad, turned away from the shooter. RFK Jr. has gone further, arguing that his father was assassinated by a CIA asset named Thane Eugene Caesar, who had recently been hired as a security guard at the hotel. The CIA refutes this. Yeet. When Sirhan was recommended for parole in 2021, Ethel, the wife, and most of her children opposed him being released from prison. But RFK Jr. and his younger brother Douglas advocated for it. His younger brother Douglas, a Fox News reporter. California Governor Gavin Newsom reversed that decision to release Sirhan. RFK Jr. also believes JFK's death was a part of the CIA conspiracy. Man, my phone just lit up with text messages. I think I'm irritating a lot of people right now. And I'm okay with it. Yeah, I don't know. The JFK thing, I'm pretty sure it all went down the way we think it went down. I hope it went down that way just because Soroy lives in Lee Harvey Oswald's house. Lives next to Lee Harvey Oswald's house. Doesn't live in it. He lives next to it. In 2016, RFK Jr. published a book about the conviction of his cousin, Michael Skakel. In 2002, his cousin, Michael Skakel, got convicted of murder of a 15-year-old back in 1975. Her name, Martha Moxley. The case against Skakel was built on circumstantial evidence and fueled by media speculation. In 2018, his conviction was vacated on the ground that his defense had been inadequate. But in this article, it says Kennedy's version of the events are widely seen as outlandish. His book raised the possibility that the crime had been committed by two young men of color from New York City, unusually big, muscular, and tall. The Connecticut Division of Criminal Justice released a statement calling the book inflammatory, noting it provided no valid or new information. I mean, we know this guy's a wild card. I don't know if we're getting anything new out of that. A year after his father's death, RFK Jr. dropped acid. He was having a good acid trip until he went into a diner. He looked up and he noticed a picture on the wall. It was his father, his uncle, and Jesus Christ, their hands folded in prayer. That sight sent him into a tailspin. Walking home, he ran into a group of boys and told them that he was feeling down. They offered him a bump of meth to improve his mood. For the next 14 years, his life was a merry-go-round of chasing a high and coming down. In 1972, he went to Harvard. He was a celebrity. He had a waterbed. When he moved off campus, he kept a pet owl. An owl? A who? A huge owl. He said he first tried heroin at the age of 15. After his brother Joseph flipped his car on Nantucket, paralyzing one of his passengers, a friend at Harvard recalled watching RFK Jr. tie off and shoot up in his dorm room. I mean, what? His younger brother David went to Harvard as well with him. He was also drawn to the drug scene. David died of a drug overdose in a Palm Beach hotel room at the age of 28. After graduating from Harvard, Kennedy met his first wife, Emily Black, at Virginia Law School. He took a leave of absence to work on Edward Kennedy's 1980 presidential campaign, and according to the longtime friend, spent much of it on the campaign trail in Alabama, high on speedballs. Hold on, got text lighting up. All right, I'm back. So after graduating from Harvard, he met his wife. He was working on Edward Kennedy's presidential campaign. According to a longtime friend, he spent most of it on the campaign trail, most of his time on his campaign trail in Alabama, high on speedballs. Speedballs. That's what killed Chris Farley. That's what killed. Was that what got John Belushi? I don't remember. I don't remember. A speedball. Boy, I'm sure I got friends who know way more about drugs than I do. Not trying to seem righteous. Oh, yeah, it's where you mix a stimulant with a speed. No, you mix a speed and a downer. It's a mixture of heroin and cocaine. Jesus. That is living the life. Speedballs. They even sound like a fun time. All right, let's keep it going here. Recently, Vanity Fair reported that RFK Jr. groped a babysitter who'd cared for his kids when he was 40 and she was 23. According to the Washington Post, he sent the woman an apology text after that article published. Still no confirmation, though. In September 83, he was on a flight to South Dakota where he planned to get treatment for drug addiction, but he overdosed on heroin in the plane's bathroom. He was arrested on the tarmac. This guy was doing the hard stuff. He did 5 months in rehab, pled guilty to possession charges, 2 years probation. Not a big deal there. But then he started to help with his community service time. He began volunteering with a Natural Resources Defense Council, an environmental group. It was at that environmental group where he started to really get into saving the planet, stuff like that. 1993, a lady named Mary Richardson began having an affair with Robert Kennedy Jr. It became very serious. Richardson was 34, got pregnant. RFK Jr. got a divorce from his first wife. And 3 weeks later, he married Mary Richardson on a boat in the Hudson River. Their first child, Connor, was born 3 months after the wedding. I'll have you know, I believe Connor dated Taylor Swift for a minute. Just as the crazy stuff keeps coming. Mary Richardson moved into Kennedy's home where the couple threw dinner parties for a rotating roster of celebrities and city friends. Kennedy was very unfaithful and often indiscreet. A close friend of the couple described him hitting on her. It was disgusting. It was anyone and everyone. Years later, she told Richardson to check her husband's phone. She was genuinely stunned to find out the stuff that he was texting and sexting with women that were friends of hers. Kennedy denied the affairs. He said, "You're crazy. You're just a downer. You're negative. It's always been Mary's fault," is what the friend says. Another person with knowledge of the relationship said that Kennedy gaslighted her about her own psychiatric health. He told her more than once that she was crazy, she was paranoid, and that all the things she feared that he was doing when he was out and about and traveling was just fantasies. In 2007, RFK Jr. called the police on 2 separate occasions, saying that he was afraid that Mary Richardson would hurt herself. He later claimed that she physically abused him. Hot dog, confirmation. Thanks, Manny. Sorry. It's just tough, just get bow, bow, bow. And it is the crew. It's not. But it's not like you need a second to process all this shit from this article, too, though. At some point, Mary Richardson became aware of a diary from 2001 in which RFK Jr. had logged his sexual conquests. This is like Dennis from Always Sunny. The New York Post obtained and reviewed the contents of the diary, reporting that it included dozens of women, numbers next to their names that indicated sexual acts. For instance, 10 meant intercourse. 10. He seemed to have recorded the encounters as a way of policing himself. In one entry, he recalls being propositioned to have sex with 2 women. Quote, "It was tempting, but I prayed and God gave me the strength to say no." That's what he's putting in his diary. So he's trying to heal. Which I'm like, after seeing yesterday's video, I'm like, did he have sex with the Roseanne? In 2010, he filed for divorce with that Mary Richardson lady. By Mother's Day of 2012, the kids were living with Kennedy, who was pursuing full custody. 3 days later, Mary Richardson was found dead in the garage of the house. She had hanged herself. Like Bradley Cooper in A Star is Born, she'd hanged herself. Jesus. A month later, Newsweek published a story based on the divorce affidavit, which said that Richardson had been given a diagnosis of borderline personality disorder. But there was a piece in that story from Richardson's family. It said that article was full of vindictive lies. It's a piling on and proof of the unbelievable emotional and psychological abuse that Mary endured during the last years of her life and now in death. The false claim that Mary suffered from bipolar disorder is also an insult to those who do struggle with that serious mental illness. Jesus. Whew. Fall 2014, we got the story with the bear. We did all that yesterday. We don't need to go back to it. There's a picture from that day, and it shows him putting his fingers inside the bear's bloody mouth. He's kind of smiling. When the writer of this article asked him about the incident, he said, "Maybe that's where I got my brain worm." This might be the weirdest guy. Like, a lot of weird guys out there. He may be number one. Ric Flair's got to be up there. You guys weird. A lot of weirdos, man. Weird's not bad, by the way. Strange? Strange sounds worse. Is weird cool? I'm kind of a weird guy. Yeah, I don't know. So we did the story of the whole bear. So if you missed it too, we did on the radio show. You can check it out. It's just a real long story. This is another part. One of his long friends, on-time friends, says, they're talking about his pitch. He posts a lot of pictures of being in shape and working out and stuff. And they said it's almost like he's been body snatched. I look at pictures of him and he's unrecognizable. His sense of humor is all but gone. There's this anger. The former friend said that the tragedy of him is that there's a lot of good in him, but he's kind of gone now. And I wonder, I mean, can't you see? Your dad was killed. Your uncle was killed. Your whole life. Man, that may be our best point of the day. I think Andrew's on it here. There's a big difference. When the going gets weird, the weird turn pro. But I think we've all had enough of this. He has said that he would accept offers to be involved in both the Trump and Harris administration. He did say that in the article. I mean, what? This guy is all over the map. It's a wild story. A lot to it. Read it if you want. It took me forever to read it and to run through the fun stuff. I edited out a bunch of crap from that article too because I didn't want to waste anybody's time. Let's jump on the bundle. Let's get the bundle going. 1987 is the year. Bum, bum, bum. When doves cry. Nope. I don't know the song. You don't know what that is? Damn. Oh, bad. Michael Jackson? Yeah. That's pretty good. Oh, I did the wrong one. Damn it. Trigger finger. No. Yeah, it's bad, clearly. Got it in 2. Oh! Oh! All right. Who got that? Who was the first one to get that? Tracy? Manny V? George and Jorge? Both. Okay. Y'all know what that means. We will now go to the album cover. I'm trying to get there. Here we go. I'm gonna say Harry Styles, Harry's House. Nope. I'm gonna say Death Cab for Cutie, Transatlanticism. No. There's a lot of albums that are this color. Someone says Bob Seger. I'm just gonna type it in then. No, we don't even have a Bob Seger option. Beastie Boys. Okay, which one? Let's do Paul's Boutique. No. Okay. A little more red in there. Bloodhound Gang. Nope. More guesses. Mariah Carey was on the list. Okay. We'll do Daydream. Okay, a little closer. I sort of feel like we're getting to like a Christina Aguilera territory here. Oh, this is a group. It's a group of four, right? Someone said Godsmack. No. Is it Creed? No. It's not the Creed. I've seen the Creeds. So this is definitely a foursome. That does look like Scott Stapp if you use your imagination. Not Silver Side Up by Nickelback. Not Diamond Rio, not New Kids on the Block. Because four. Okay, let's just do one more to get there, though. Maybe it is. I don't think it's Silver Side Up. That is what? Two girls, two guys, and a pizza place. The Carpenters. It's not Public Enemy. Boy, it seems terrible. Whatever it is. S Club 7. Ace of Spades. Color Me Bad. Joe Cocker. We'll do Ace of Base. It is Ace of Base, I bet. I bet it's Ace of Base. I bet it's The Sign. No, it's The Bridge by Ace of Base. Look at us go. Boehner. Boom. Fantastic. That one didn't have any of the big hits. Whew. It's getting tough. Movie poster. Movie poster today. Clearly, that's Face Off. Come on, man. That's Independence Day. Come on, man. Matrix. Oh, good guess there. Getting closer. Twisters? Yeah, Twister's not bad. No, maybe let's do the original Twister just to get a little closer. Okay, two left. It's starting to show itself a little bit. Enemy of the State. Nope. Like a windmill. Pirates of the Caribbean, maybe. Black Hawk Down. All right. Last one. 2001 Apocalypse. A Space Odyssey. Yeah. Kaboom. Look at us go. All right. Let's go perfect. Here we go. It's going to be a tough one here. Where my gamers at? Boom, ba, da, 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 da. Shinobi. That doesn't help. Space Invaders. I saw Space Invaders. Nope. Okay, who else? Ooh, Tetris, Sonic, Donkey Kong, Diablo. Look at O. That's an O, right? Diablo 2? Nope. That's a C. What is that? Countdown? Outlast? Doom? Someone said Outlast? Damn. Commandos? Centipede? This is so stupid. This is so hard. What is that? Commandos. It's Commandos, dude. I knew that. I'm the gamer of this stream. Commandos. Play it all the time. Manny versus Commandos. All right. Y'all know what that means. Let's go. Get the request in. Come on. 4 for 4 today. Get it in. Super Nut. Theme song of the Dallas Cowboys. Nut Butter was first. Beans. Read your text out loud. Look, it's all about y'all and what y'all request, but I kind of want to go back to the DJ Truck Nuts well after yesterday's success. Am I crazy? Which I guess you guys have requested that. Let's see. I'm typing in my email. Did you know that he did a song about cucumbers, salad, pickles? Let's go full DJ Truck Nuts. Nut Butter is a great one, but we play it all the time, or we used to play it all the time. I'm not saying no. I'm just not saying yes. Crawfish we did yesterday, salad, pickles, sausages and pumpkins, which he released on the same day. If y'all let me have this, he did sausage and pumpkins on the same day. I'll do 2. Deal? Let's do sausage and pumpkins. Oh, this is really dumb. All right. Let's get it going. We'll do pumpkins first because, you know. I got a pumpkin, sir. Pumpkins. Normal guy wearing shorts and jeans. Pumpkins. People are just walking around with pumpkins on their head. Shorts and jeans. Pumpkins. Pumpkin people. Pumpkin people. Shorts and jeans. Pumpkins. Shorts and jeans. Pumpkins. Pumpkin people. Pumpkin people taking over. Shorts and jeans. Pumpkins. I got a pumpkin. Shorts and jeans. Pumpkins. Pumpkin people.
God, I'm learning a lot about Halloween. Thank you, man.
Pumpkins. Oh, I look like a pumpkin spice. And you look around, and all you see is the pumpkin people. Pumpkin.
My God.
Pumpkin.
Thank you, man.
Pumpkin.
Plastic pumpkin or real, authentic, live pumpkin?
It doesn't matter. They're everywhere. The way they feel, smell.
Pumpkin people are coming for you.
The pumpkin people.
For you.
Pumpkins.
Pumpkin people are coming for you.
Pumpkins.
For you.
Pumpkins.
Any questions?
It's so dumb. Okay, fine. I'll give you sausages.
Take the sausage out of your mouth. I'm taking a sausage break.
Little sausages, those little Jimmy.
You're like a Jimmy Dean's model. Sausage break.
Jimmy.
The sausage. 2 sausages. Let's go. Make me choke on this sausage. There's so much sausage in your mouth right now. And then I realized I had some sausage in my pocket. Oh my God. I had extra sausages. Sausage break. You shoved a giant sausage in your mouth. Make it, take it. Sausage break.
Because in their gas, they can't breathe, and that leaves their head open. Once you hit their stomach,
Take the sausage out of your mouth. Sausage. You just put more sausage in your mouth.
you open up your left side.
You put an exclamation point on it by shoving more sausage in your mouth.
Sausage in your mouth.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You got a bag of sausages over there.
I don't understand why Ben's not talking right now.
Stupid outro too. God almighty. All right. I know it was a weird one today. It was stupid, but I read an article. If you read a whole article, it's that long, you got to pay it off. Remember listening to the radio show 3 to 6? We got that podcast I was telling you about, the Cowboys podcast I was telling you about as well. The One Star Cowboys podcast. I'll get down on that if you'd like. Have a new episode for that coming on Thursday. A lot of stuff. And go Rangers after that last night. Walk off. Get some more. Been there today 3 to 6 with more. Kavanaugh's calling in at 5:10 from Oxnard. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging out. What a long lunch hour it ended up being. Like, follow, subscribe, tickle it. Love you, gang. Thank you. Woo! Woo! Oh yeah, I should end it.